It is senior day here at Wake Forest, and that ball sails over Claiborne's head, and Wake Forest will begin their first drive at their own 25-yard line. Bachmeier will be under center for Wake Forest. He has certainly been under pressure a lot this season, Orlando. The offensive line has been in flux. They run this slow mesh offense, 36 sacks this season, but he is certainly a guy who is experienced back there, over 11,000 yards passing.
Yeah, they got to get the run game going. That's how this offense goes. As the run game gets going, this offense finds success, and it finds it efficiently and continuously throughout the day.
And they start with the run game with Claiborne. He picks up a couple of yards. Tackle there made by Alex Howard.
In order to really get after this Duke defense, Wake Forest is going to have to get creative. They're really going to have to test these guys on the perimeter and try to force this defense to cover the whole entire field. Get this defense going sideline to sideline to try to tire them out.
Bachmeier, quick toss to Taylor Morin. His first catch of the game. Heads towards the sideline and taken down shy of the marker by Jalen Stinson. It'll be third and manageable coming up.
I love the play design and call. You get Cameron Height and Micah Mays Jr. on the perimeter blocking for Morin. A nice play design.
On third down, they give it to Claiborne. He picks up the first down and then some as he gets past the 45 and near the 40, or check that, near the 45-yard line to the 43-yard line, a 12-yard gain.
We're going to have to watch this offensive line for Wake Forest go against this defensive line for Duke. They get a tremendous movement, really displacing the line, and then Claiborne able to take that backside cut.
Claiborne again, this time on the left side, gets upended for a 1-yard loss by Cameron Bergeron.
And that's where this thing is going to be interesting today. Defensive coordinator Jonathan Patkey, he is a penetrating defensive coach. This defensive line likes to jet upfield to disrupt run lanes.
2nd and 11 for Wake Forest. Bachmeier to go to the air. Pocket collapsing. He throws again to Morin. Morin spins around and gets to midfield. 7-yard gain for Morin to the 49-yard line. Pressure there by Aaron Hall.
I just talked about it in the open. His ability to understand what defenses are doing. Right there, he understands exactly where the defender is. Immediately after he catches the ball, drop steps and gets up the field. Great heads-up play by Morin.
3rd and 4. Bachmeier, pressure coming up the middle. They wrap him up, but he spins out. Flag on the play. He tosses it to the sideline, and a catch inside the 35 by Horatio Fields. And let's see what the laundry's about.
Personal foul, face mask, number 1, offense, 15-yard penalty. Repeat, 3rd down.
Oh, wow. So a face mask on Damon Claiborne. And that nullified. It was. So it'll be 3rd and 19.
Self-inflicted wounds. Got to get your hands down. That one hurts. Not a lot of plays that you can run against this defense. They love to get after it on these 3rd and long downs. It's going to be very, very interesting to see if Wake Forest is able to hold up and push the ball down the field.
They're showing blitz, Duke is at the moment, and here they come. They pick it up. Bachmeier fires, incomplete, intended for Micah Mays Jr. He couldn't haul it in, and Duke will hold.
That's just a bad play design. And when you look at the game of football, it's all about staying ahead on the chains. When Damon Claiborne gets that penalty, it brings up a 3rd and forever situation, and just not too many plays offensively that you could call, especially against this fast Duke defense.
So Ivan Morris set to punt. Going to field it inside his 20. Quayshawn Brown awaiting the punt inside his own 20. And this one a bit of a wobbler, so it'll bounce at around the 30, and Wake Forest will down it there.
Duke came after them right there on the punt, and they are very aggressive with their special teams unit. As this game progresses, I'm very interested to see if there's a trick play or two for Wake Forest on those punt situations, because Duke brings the house and likes to try to block punts 50% of the time this year. So I would try to throw a little wrinkle in there and try to have a fake or two in this one.
35-yard punt. Maalik Murphy on the field now. Manny Diaz told us a great story about how he was trying to get him when he went into the portal. He talked about how a friend of his sent him a picture of him and Maalik Murphy, and he slid into his DMs. And that's how he ended up starting the conversation. He tosses it to Higgins for a 1-yard loss there. Branson Combs on the tackle. And here's that picture of Manny Diaz.
That's how college football's done, right? Sliding in DMs.
Yep, there's the picture there of Maalik Murphy. And that's the one he sent him. And it started the conversation. And Murphy ended up at Duke. All day to throw. Over the middle, complete. No, incomplete, they'll say. It hit the ground. It was intended for Samir Higgins. 3rd down upcoming.
Very interesting situation for Duke. Normally they are very efficient in staying ahead of the chains. Situations like this, they usually like to split it out and let Maalik Murphy get to the quick passing game.
3rd and 11. He dumps it off to Star Thomas, the tailback. And he's going to be shy of the marker by about 2 yards, a 9-yard gain. And Duke is sending out the punt team.
It's a really good job by Wake Forest, not giving Maalik Murphy any opportunities to really push the ball down the field. A nice series by this Wake Forest defense. Hopefully they can continue to do that. Great way to start this one off with a 3-and-out.
Cade Reynoldson will punt it for Duke. And Taylor Morin, the #2 leading punt returner in Wake Forest history. You're going to hear a lot of that with Morin today. He's definitely climbing up all the record books here at Wake Forest. Fair catch for Morin. Nope, he'll let it go out of bounds. And Wake Forest will begin their next drive at about their 25-yard line. So we're scoreless here in Winston-Salem. Welcome back here to Winston-Salem. There's Taylor Morin. He is 12 yards shy of the all-time receiving yards list, being the #1 guy at the top of that list. So he'll be the all-time receiver in regards to yardage. Once he gets 12 more yards, already has 1 catch on the day. And the epitome of the student athlete here at Wake Forest. There's Hank Bachmeier. By the way, Damon Claiborne is 5 yards shy of 1,000 yards this season. He's in the backfield. Claiborne breaks a tackle and gets to the 35-yard line for a 1st down. Chandler Rivers got run over there, a 10-yard gain. Claiborne over 1,000 yards, and he's the 2nd player in Wake Forest history to have over 1,000 rushing and 250 receiving.
So good at attacking edges and breaking tackles, just really running through arm tackles and not being denied.
Slow mesh. Bachmeier, pressure from behind, taken down by Michael Reese.
Michael Reese going against Devontae Gordon at the bottom of the screen and just gets underneath rip move, able to be really aggressive. That's what puts you in a bind with the slow mesh with this fast defensive line that Duke has up front.
2nd and 11 for Wake Forest. Bachmeier in the pocket, throws to the sideline, incomplete, intended for Horatio Fields.
This is a big-time 3rd down. If I'm Wake Forest, because of how aggressive Duke is historically on defense this year, I would try to run a wide receiver or a running back screen and allow that blitz, the first level of defense, to really come after and see if I could just drop one over their heads.
3rd down upcoming. 3rd and long for Wake Forest. Bachmeier with time, fires over the middle, complete to Fields, breaks a tackle, spins away down to midfield. A big gain there, 15-yard gain for Wake Forest and a 1st down.
This is a beautiful play design. Horatio Fields normally works the sidelines. On this is a deep in cut, and Bachmeier finds him over the middle.
They hand it off to Claiborne this time. Claiborne gets about a yard. Trey Freeman brought him down.
So much of what Wake Forest does offensively, it's the RPO where it allows Hank Bachmeier to either hand it or pull it if he likes its matchups.
2nd and 9 for Bachmeier and company on the roll. Throws it to the sideline to Morin for a first down. Morin with a 10-yard gain, now 2 yards shy of breaking the all-time receiving yards list for a wide receiver.
Double level. You get Claiborne coming out the backfield with Morin down the field. So nice dual read for Hank Bachmeier and a good explosive finding Morin.
So inside the 40 to the 39. Bachmeier again. Flag on the play. Bachmeier's going to run for it. And down near the 25 to the 26-yard line, a 13-yard gain if it stands.
Holding, number 71, offense, 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Keegan Trost with the infraction.
When Bachmeier decided to pull it down, Trost just got to get those hands on the inside. You know, I always tell people, as offensive lineman, you're always holding, but there's a right way to hold, and that's on the inside. You hold those numbers in the chest plate. Anytime you get on the exterior, the referee's going to see it and throw the flag every single time.
1st and 20, Morin at the top of your screen, 2 yards away from being the all-time receiving yards leader. Bachmeier batted down. He picks it up. And that's got to be incomplete, I would imagine.
Yeah, this one's coming back. That's an
incomplete
pass.
Officially, they have now.
Pass. 2nd down.
Ryan Smith batted it down for Duke.
I want to see Hank Bachmeier not pick this up, but this is a great job by Duke, being really aggressive. If you don't get to the quarterback, get your hands up. Lots of guys getting their hands up. Want to see Bachmeier understand the situation and not, you know, put himself in a position where he could possibly get hit on a play that does not matter because it's already dead.
2nd and 20. Claiborne again. Claiborne finds a crease. He gets down to the 43-yard line. Ozzie Nicholas brought him down. 3rd down upcoming, 3rd and long after the 6-yard gain.
This is where it gets tough again. Anytime you get penalties and behind the chains against this Duke defense that's very aggressive, they want to just jet up their gaps. It puts you in a really tough position.
Third and 13. Bachmeier over the middle, complete to Cameron Height, and Height will have the first down as he gets inside the 30 to the 27-yard line, a 16-yard gain.
Exceptional job by Cameron Height, finding that soft spot of the zone, catching Duke in a blitz, and sitting down, showing his numbers to Bachmeier. And then when he catches the ball, immediately gets upfield and gets just enough to move the chains for a fresh set of downs.
2 tight ends set for Wake Forest. Frogue and Height in there at tight end. Claiborne looking for a hole, able to fall forward for a yard. Ozzie Nicholas was there to make the tackle, and you want to talk about a guy who's the glue to the defense. It's that guy right there.
Yeah, defensive coordinator Jonathan Packey, he talked about linebackers, and this system happened to be the glue. The DBs watching what they do, but the linebackers communicating with the defensive line and telling them what to do. Ozzie is downhill. Great play, making an open tackle in the middle of the field right there on the last one.
11th play of the drive that started at their own 25. Bachmeier to Mays, and Mays tackled right away by Terry Moore, the standout junior from North Carolina.
Coming down from the free safety position. He's in man-to-man coverage, has to run the big hump all the way over the top, but gets downhill. A really nice open field tackle by Terry Moore.
3rd and 10 now for Wake Forest, a loss on that play. 3 of 4 on 3rd downs for Wake Forest thus far in this one. Claiborne up the middle, falls forward to the 25. A 2-yard gain, and Wake Forest will send out the kicking team for a field goal attempt with Matthew Dennis.
Duke holding true to what they have been doing all year. Once teams got in the red area, they really tightened down, and they were just able to put the grips on Wake Forest to bring up 4th down and force them to kick a field goal.
A 43-yard attempt for Dennis, who is 15 of 18 on the year. The junior from Charlotte. And the kick is up and no good as it doinks off the left upright.
You work so hard and you not able to put that one through the upright.
So still no score here on Senior Day in Winston-Salem. And if you look at the American flag and the ACC flag, the North Carolina flag to the right of that upright, it is pretty stiff for sure at the moment. So 13 plays, 50 yards, 6:07 off the clock, and they miss a 43-yard field goal. Duke takes over here at the 25. They hand it off to Jaquez Moore. Welcome back, Jaquez Moore, who had been injured. He was hurt in the Northwestern game, came back briefly for the North Carolina game, and has been out since. But he is a dynamic back, an elite guy when it comes to speed, quickness, decision-making. And he's getting corralled in the backfield right now. Jasheen Davis, the senior for Wake Forest. Their stud up front with the tackle first there.
This defensive line for Wake Forest, ton of veteran leadership. A lot of guys have played a lot of snaps. And Wake Forest is going to win today. This unit has to come up big. And when you get these 3rd and 9 opportunities, you have to find a way to put some pressure on Murphy. They do it typically with stunts and games up front.
3rd and 9. They certainly get creative up front, Orlando, that's for sure. Murphy with time to the perimeter. It's complete to Eli Panko, who had a monster game last week, but he'll be well shy of the first down as Dylan Hazen took him down, and Duke will be forced to punt after a 6-yard gain.
Really good job by Hazen, understanding the situation, not getting a ton of depth in his drop, but really able to transition forward and make a nice open field tackle to help get this defense off the field and force a 4th down.
Cade Reynoldson to punt it. Taylor Morin to field it. Back-to-back 3-and-outs. And this one, a line drive. Morin will field it, and he'll have it inside his 20. A 48-yard punt, no return. Wake Forest will be back on offense. Can Taylor Morin break the receiving yardage record? Virginia Tech right here on ACC Network and the ESPN app. Welcome back to Winston-Salem. Wake Forest back on offense. Scoreless game at the moment. Claiborne on the run, weaving through traffic. About 8-yard gain there for Claiborne.
All this is inside zone RPO, and Claiborne just so patient, finds the backside gap, explodes. Nice run with his legs.
Claiborne again, bouncing it to the right side, and about a gain of 1 on the play. It'll be 3rd and short upcoming.
No, he wants that one back, just being slipped up right there. A lot of open grass out in the open field.
3rd down, Claiborne again. Ooh, this one may be shy of the marker. It looks to be short. And they're sending out the punt unit. Vincent Anthony Jr. and David Anderson were there to close that hole in front of Claiborne.
Duke's just so aggressive, and they just want to get upfield with all their guys. Right there, bringing one extra guy on the backside where Wake Forest wasn't able to block it up.
Quayshawn Brown ready to receive the punt inside his own 30. Ivan Mora Punted away. Bit of a wobbler. Brown receives it. Takes a little bump there at the 31-yard line. A 40-yard punt. No return.
It's a good job by Michael Mays Jr. for Wake Forest, pushing his defender, right? I mean, anytime a fair catch sign goes up, you can't touch the returner, but you could certainly push one of his players into him, and something might happen right there. The ball might end up on the ground.
Duke looking for a Big Four championship. They've already beaten North Carolina and NC State. They did it last in 2013 under David Cutcliffe. Maalik Murphy and company back on the field. 6 offensive linemen for Duke out there. They're max protecting all day for Murphy. Fires it over to the sideline and complete to Jake Taylor, his tight end, who should have enough for the first down. 10-yard gain.
Duke likes to bring in an extra offensive lineman, and when they do that, it tells the world that we're running, but sometimes they like to push the ball down the field.
Another quick toss, this time to Pankol on the outside. He picks up 5 yards. Jackson Mole pushed him out of bounds.
And that's what we've been missing out of this game. Wake Forest plays such off coverage with their cornerbacks. The underneath quick throws are going to be there all day. Nice to see Duke finally get into that on this 3rd drive of this game now.
What do you make of the 6th offensive lineman out there as they get a run here for Star Thomas? And he'll pick up a first down as he gets into Wake territory, a 7-yard gain. They're bringing in Micah Sahakian as the 6th offensive lineman, Orlando.
Yeah, anytime you do that, it really puts stress on the defense, and it tells them, most likely we're getting ready to run the football. We want to run. Duke has struggled with the run game and being efficient the last couple weeks, so I like when they put Sahakian back there to get another extra blocker, see if they can really bully this Wake Forest defensive line and get some movement up front.
And now they bring in Tony Boggs as an extra blocker, tight end slash fullback. Murphy on first down. Hands it off. Thomas weaving through traffic, now gets in the open field and taken down inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. Devon Patterson finds ACC title game in a week or so. 6 offensive linemen for Duke here. They hand it off to Star Thomas, and wow, he got hit pretty hard there by Quincy Bryant. Thomas looked like he had a hole, but closed up very quickly.
Exceptional job by Bryant, finding the hole. Duke brings in extra linemen. They're coming, trying to get downhill, but Bryant able to sort through all of the window dress and find the gap and put a good stick on Star Thomas.
Grayson Lofted is now in at quarterback, the sophomore from Gaffey, South Carolina. Jaquez Moore and Star Thomas in the backfield with him. Loftus keeps, snuffed out immediately for a loss there. Kendron Wayman with the tackle for Wake Forest, and it'll be 3rd and long coming up.
Great job by Wake Forest's defense not being fooled with Loftus coming in the game. On this 3rd down, it's a longer 3rd down. So if I'm Wake Forest, I'm trying to get my defensive backs a little bit further back, and I want them to be able to convert and come downhill to try to make a tackle, force them to throw the ball underneath.
Murphy on 3rd and 11. Pressure coming, he throws it away, sails it over the head of Eli Pankol. Jasheem Davis with the pressure, the 3rd all-time leading sack artist in Wake Forest history, put the heat on Murphy.
Yeah, this year it's been a tough year for Jasheem Davis. Not a lot of one-on-one opportunities, but on that last play, he gets the matchup that he likes, and you're able to see how disruptive he can be, getting after Murphy, forcing him to throw that ball a little earlier than he would like to.
Todd Polino, a 45-yard attempt, 14 of 19 this season, 6 of 9 between 40 and 49. He's kicking into the wind that Wake Forest was kicking into earlier. The kick is up, and it is good. So a 45-yard field goal puts Duke on the board. So Manny Diaz and company striking first. Let's check in with Morgan.
quarterback Maalik Murphy, the coaching staff told us they met with him individually last Sunday after that Virginia Tech win, and he admitted he's still learning the quarterback position at this level. This is his first year really being the guy after having transferred from Texas, backing up Quinn Ewers. And in this offensive system, there's more freedom with the quarterback in the RPO game than he's used to. Offensive coordinator Jonathan Brewer told us, look, we're going to be aggressive, but at the same time, we need him to be comfortable in this Wake Forest defense right now, doing a really good job of making him uncomfortable, guys.
Yeah, no doubt. Maalik Murphy, again, a big-time recruit at Texas. Manny Diaz got him in the portal here at Duke. And that was considered a huge coup for Manny Diaz, certainly at the time, and understandably so, as Murphy is now the all-time single-season touchdown record holder with 25. 8 plays, 41 yards, 3 minutes off the clock on that last drive. What do you make of Murphy's play thus far, Orlando?
He's been playing well, but I just like Duke as a whole entire offense on that last series because they were really able to get after Wake Forest, mixing some runs and allowing their offensive linemen to get forward. Beating this defense up for Wake Forest, that's going to really help them as this game continues to progress.
Claiborne brought it out on the run to the 23-yard line. That's where Wake will begin their next drive. And Hank Bachmeier and company will have another attempt. Again, they got it down to about the 25 a couple drives ago and missed the field goal, but now they will have the wind at their back on this drive.
They've had a couple penalties. They've got to try to play clean football, no self-inflicted wounds. That's what's hurt them so far in this game. Got to put a drive together where there's no penalties committed by your offense, and hopefully you could finish in the end zone.
Take Carney in the backfield. Slow mesh, Bachmeier over the middle, complete near the marker to Deuce Alexander. It's a 9-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 1 upcoming.
It's going to be very interesting to see this game continue to progress because defensive coordinator Jonathan Package, he said his system, his scheme, they are penetrators up front with the defensive line. They're not changing a lot of things going against the slow mesh. And as you can see, they continue to get some traffic around Bachmeier in the backfield.
Carney up the gut. No, he did not get it. So it'll be a no gain there. Michael Reese plugged that hole for Duke.
This is where the world you want to live in if you are Wake Forest. 3rd and 4 or less. Your whole entire playbook is up, and you can really keep this defense on their heels because you can run a run play or a pass play in this situation.
You got to be happy about this, Orlando. Another formation with 6 offensive linemen, this time for Wake Forest. Eric Russell in there at the moment, plus 2 tight ends.
Yeah, let the big boys eat, right? Get downhill, fit it up, and get double teams.
Bachmeier to Carney, up the middle. Dives forward for a first down as he gets to the 38-yard line, a 6-yard gain.
Left tackle Devontae Gordon took his guy and washed him all the way down the field. This is just a great job by the guys on the interior of this offensive line for Wake Forest, getting movement up front and pushing the defensive lineman back a couple yards for Duke.
1st and 10 from the 38. And flags fly.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 77, offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
That's George Sell playing at left guard because Luke Pettibone, the center, is not there. So they've slid Sell to left guard. The regular left guard, Matt Gulbin, is in at center. So a little bit of a shuffle along the offensive line.
Yeah, got to hold your water, big boy. Key into the snap count. I know you haven't been playing a ton of snaps this year, but you got to focus in on Bachmeier's cadence to not commit the foul.
Bachmeier, 7 completions to 5 different receivers at the moment. Duke coming with the blitz. Bachmeier fires, got a man wide open. It's Deuce Alexander. And Alexander gets into Duke territory with a first down, a 19-yard gain.
You know, that was 19 yards, and that's an explosive play, and great job for Wake Forest moving the chains. But if Bachmeier is able to get the ball out in front of Alexander a little bit more, you might get a couple more yards instead of him having to reach backwards.
Carney finds a hole, dives forward, lowering the helmet for another first down as he gets down to the 38-yard line. Alex Howard took the brunt of that.
Look at Tate Carney showing his explosiveness, start-stop, and running into a defender and being able to cut on a dime. Nice job. He's usually downhill and a change of pace guy for this offense.
Bachmeier to the air again for Fields. Fields comes up with the catch. A big catch inside the 10. Chandler Rivers, one of the best corners in college football in coverage, and Fields went upstairs to get it.
Yeah, he's been sensational this year, really working the sidelines. Bachmeier puts it in the back shoulder. Does a great job, gets even, and he's able to adjust as that football's in the air.
A 30-yard gain, red zone opportunity now for Wake. Carney weaving through traffic, pushes his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Tate Carney, his 6th touchdown of the season on the ground, an 8-yard score. Wake Forest takes the lead.
Wake Forest able to put some tempo together on this drive and really get after Duke. But I want you to watch Tate. This is all him finding the gap and being able to finish at the end. Running through blocks, running through contact. Carney just wanted it more on that last one and found the end zone.
Matthew Dennis for the extra point. Bachmeier 3 of 3 for 58 yards on that drive, capped off by the Tate Carney 8-yard touchdown run. Extra point is up and good. So the big catch that set up the touchdown, Bachmeier finding Fields, and then Tate Carney, his 8-yard score, his 6th touchdown. Your alma mater in there, Orlando, Miami taking on Vanderbilt.
Yeah, the basketball in the ACC the last couple of years has just gotten better and better. It used to just be Duke and North Carolina, but a lot of these other teams in Louisville back in the day and all these other teams, but it's been becoming a lot better and a lot more competitive.
Caleb Carson kicks it through the end zone, and Duke will begin their next drive at their own 25-yard line. So Maalik Murphy. We talked to the coaches this week about how great he's been. They also told us about things they think he needs to work on. And they told us footwork, Orlando, particularly against pressure.
Yeah, you know, young quarterbacks, you try to speed things up when you see the blitz. And he just has to go through his progression because he's a lot more accurate when his footwork's correct.
Jaquez Moore on the right side. Gain of about 1.5 yards. Sean Tung brought him down.
You know, you look at Maalik Murphy, the last couple of weeks a little untraditional with him, and last week throwing 3 interceptions against Virginia Tech. I think today it's just about calming down and not trying to force the big play. You know, take what the defense gives you. Wake Forest is going to give you a lot of underneath routes all day. Just take it.
Murphy over the middle, complete to Jordan Moore, still running. Weaving through the traffic and getting into Wake Forest territory as he gets down to the 48-yard line, a 26-yard gain.
Really good catch and run by Moore. But I wanted you guys to take a look at everybody else that finishes around the ball for Duke. Just guys running down the field. Great team effort.
Murphy again to the air, and it hits the Wake Forest defender, and they pick it off. It popped in the air, and Rashawn Tung was able to catch it.
Tips and overthrows, got to get those. Maalik Murphy a little bit too far, leading with the throw. He's not able to get it, not an accurate ball. And Rashawn Tung tips it up in the air, is able to concentrate and find it and come down with it. An exceptional play by Tung.
Ball intended for Jordan Moore, and Wake Forest the first to get a turnover. And Damon Claiborne is back after Tate Carney got the last series at tailback for Wake Forest. Can Wake Forest capitalize on the turnover? Claiborne, jump cut, and brought down after a 3-yard gain.
No, it's only 3 yards right there, but that was a tough 3 yards for Damon Claiborne. He's so good at just running naturally with leverage, being able to get underneath guys and continuing to turn his legs and move forward. great tough yardage by Claiborne.
Taylor Morin in the slot. He's 2 yards away from being the all-time yards leader for a wide receiver. They go the other way to Claiborne, and he drops it. Incomplete. Alex Howard in coverage.
I think Claiborne might have took his eyes off the ball a little bit, seeing Alex Howard come out there and show up so quick in the flat. Not able to concentrate and squeeze that one and come up with a reception.
It'll be 3rd and 7 now for Wake Forest. Bachmeier, pressure coming. He spins out of it. He's going to take off and run. Dives forward, takes a big hit, but picks up the first down. Terry Moore went low, but Bachmeier picks up 8 yards and the first down. What a tough play by Bachmeier.
They've always talked about his toughness. He's been playing all season. He's been banged up. Right here, he's getting ready to get sacked. He's able to do some razzle-dazzle and find a crease. A great run by Bachmeier.
Bachmeier again to the air, and it's complete to Donovan Green. He'll pick up about 5 yards. Joshua Pickett took him down.
A really good ball by Bachmeier and a really good catch by Donovan Green in tight coverage.
That is the 6th receiver that Bachmeier's completed a pass to. Slow mesh, Bachmeier again. This time to Morin. Down to the 41-yard line. Taylor Morin, 13-yard gain, is now the leader atop the list all time in yardage for a wide receiver. He stands alone.
Unbelievable job, unbelievable career by Morin. Great job, he deserves it. He's been constant for this offense, playing all 3 wide receiver positions as well.
Claiborne tries to get away. He does not. Let's check in with Morgan.
When I talked with wide receiver Taylor Morin, asking him about those records earlier this week, he deflected any individual praise, telling me the records are truly a reflection of everyone who was poured into him, his parents, Scott and Sabrina, and his entire family, many of who are here for senior day. And really, these Wake Forest coaches, he said, without them, this wouldn't be possible, guys.
Thank you, Morgan. Morin, certainly a heck of a career. Bachmeier, a heck of a run as he picks up the first down to the 27-yard line. Bachmeier showing off his wheels, Orlando.
Yeah, he's getting after it, picking up some yards with the legs today.
14-yard gain.
Good, quick decision by him, not seeing that nobody's open downfield.
Slow mesh for Claiborne up the gut. Picks up 4.
I like the fact that Taylor Morin wasn't talking about the records for this offense, because football is the ultimate team sport, and you need the 10 guys around you to find success. So credit to him for crediting the other guys that have helped him break that record for Wake Forest.
Bachmeier to the air, to the end zone for Morin. He sails it past him. Deshaun Stone in coverage.
Little off target. Bachmeier got to get that one in bounds and give Morin an opportunity to go up and try to make a play.
By the way, Morin, Orlando, 7 catches away from being the all-time receptions leader, too. So it could be a big day for Taylor Morin still to come.
Yeah, came in the game, needed 11. He's already at 4. And still a lot of football left halfway through this second quarter.
They find Morin there. And Morin gets inside the 20. He'll be 2 yards shy of the first down. Deshaun Stone and Chandler Rivers collided to bring Morin down. It's 4th down, and they're sending out the field goal unit. And the fans are not happy about it here.
Yeah, but I think you got to take the points in this situation if you're Wake Forest. Duke is so aggressive and it's been so good in the red area all year this season. So I think you take the points, you take the momentum if you're Coach Clausen.
So a 37-yard attempt for Matthew Dennis. He is 10 of 10 between 30 and 39. The kick is up and good. So there you have it. He knocks it through. And Wake Forest extends their lead 28-7 here on Senior Day. One bid conference in the CFP. Now they could get 3 potentially, Orlando.
Yeah, college football, it's been a wild finish. And I just need Miami to take care of business today. That's all I'm looking at.
I'm sure that's what you want. Speaking of wild finishes, we were up last night watching that 8 overtime game, Georgia Tech, Georgia. I'll tell you what, man, there was some questionable calls and non-calls in that one. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, and no disrespect to Georgia or Georgia Tech fans, but by the 5th overtime, George, I kind of wanted both teams to win. It was just so exciting and so fun to watch.
Yeah, Georgia Tech, man. Brent Key has done a great job already this season. Peyton Jones fields it, and he gets stuck shy of the 20-yard line to the 18. Tackle there made by Branson Combs.
I mean, he's Mr. Everything, Swiss Army knife for this football team. Starting inside linebacker, sideline to sideline, does it all for this defense. And as you see, on special teams, a big impact play by Branson Combs as well.
Maalik Murphy, we asked Jonathan Brewer, when is he at his best? And he said, when we spread it out, give him options. So we'll see if that continues to be the case. We've seen a mix of 6 offensive linemen, max protection. We've seen them spread it out. They've got 3 receivers at the moment, and they go to the ground this time. Star Thomas bounces it the other way, and he's going to lose yardage. He got stuck and tried to bounce it to his left. Will lose a couple. Dylan Hazen brought him down.
Really good job by this defensive line for Wake Forest, getting in their gap and not giving an inch, forcing Thomas to bounce it. But to your point, what you're talking about with Murphy, for him to be a redshirt sophomore, he hasn't played a lot of football, and to be so comfortable spreading it out, it's unique and different.
He's got all day to throw here. Finds Jake Taylor, the tight end, inside or just past the 25-yard line, an 11-yard gain. He'll be just shy of the first down by a couple of yards.
He wanted to go down the field, but was able to continue to get through his progression and find Taylor with the check down. This young man is special. He does not force things. He's very patient at the quarterback position.
2 quarterbacks spreading it out. 19 completions between the 2 of them to 12 different receivers. Murphy off his back foot over the middle, completes it for a first down to his tailback Star Thomas, who has his 16th catch of the season. Duke going fast here with some tempo. Thomas spins out of trouble for the moment, but Dylan Hazen able to slide down and hold on to his leg. Short gain.
Really good job by Hazen replacing on the edge and not hesitating. If there's any hesitation, there's a lot more yards that Thomas picks up, but Hazen able to sniff it out and get downhill fast for a nice open field tackle.
And hold on for his life.
Yeah. However you do it, get it done. As long as you get it done. Great job by Hazen.
And now they're spreading it out. Murphy. Samir Hagans with the catch to the 39-yard line. Quincy Bryant was there. 4-yard gain.
Defensive coordinator Brad Lambert, he likes to mix in a drop 8 where he only rushes 3 defensive linemen. When you do that, now, typically quarterbacks will try to rush the progression and try to get rid of the football. You have to have patience now because there's 8 guys back there and defending the pass versus your 5. Great job by Murphy finding an open guy.
3rd and 4 for Duke. Pocket closing, sidearm pass, incomplete. Intended for the tight end, Jake Taylor. And it'll be 4th down, and Duke will be forced to punt.
I want you guys to take a look at this play. We talked about his footwork. Right here, rushes the footwork, doesn't get the opportunity to step into it. And when you don't step into the throw, it's not an accurate ball. I know Maalik Murphy wants that one back as Jake Taylor was open down the middle of the field.
Cade Reynoldson to punt it. Morin back there along with Mays. Morin will fair catch it near the 30-yard line, a 32-yard punt, no return. Wake Forest up 7 here on senior day and looking to tack on some more. Some more as Hank Bachmeier and company have the ball with 2:17 to go in the half. And they're celebrating Taylor Morin, as we mentioned earlier. Stands alone as the all-time receiving yards leader at the wide receiver position. Oh, and we got a jump there on Duke. That looks to be Kendi Charles. Would be the first penalty on Duke if it is on them.
Offside, defense with contact, number 91. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Those are the penalties that coaches cannot live with, especially playing on the interior of that defensive lineman. Kendi Charles just moving a little bit too fast. He's got to watch the football. It's right there, a couple yards away from his face.
Easy call for Gary Patterson and his crew. 1st and 5 now for Bachmeier. Carney's played well in his limited opportunity. Picks up the first down to the 40, a 6-yard gain.
Nice run by Carney. Great block by Cameron Height.
And we are headed to the 2-minute timeout. So Wake Forest up 7, looking for more. In the shade, whew, you are a trooper for sure. Bachmeier over the middle, on time and complete to Horatio Fields. Picks up 8 on that play.
Hank's doing a really good job of manipulating the back end of this defense for Duke. Really keeping his eyes moving and not allowing them to get a beat on him to come downhill and try to make a play on the football.
Slow mesh for Bachmeier, design run, and he's going to pick up the first down, lowered his head, got to the 45-yard line on a 7-yard gain. Good block there by George Sell, the left guard.
We've seen today a couple times where he's pulled down the ball, went through his progressions really quickly, and just got what he could get with his legs. A good changeup by him.
Huge hole there for him to run through. Now he launches one down the field, sails it over his target, Horatio Fields. Joshua Pickett in coverage.
It's a great job by Pickett just with his body control, not allowing Horatio Fields to really get too much separation from him to now turn it into a foot race in the open field.
Wake Forest with 3 timeouts, 1:14 to go in the first half. They lead by 7. Bachmeier, when we talked to the Duke staff, they felt like a lot of tip balls this season for him. That's been the case because he rides the line of scrimmage on that mesh. So they want to grab those tips and they want to hit him when he's doing that mesh.
I like them slowing it down and trying to get into the best play possible for this big 3rd down.
And there's the mesh. Bachmeier keeps, and they hit him there. Taken down for a loss. A sack by Alex Howard and Wesley Williams.
I was wondering when you were going to see the first sack for this Duke defense coming in today, having 36 on the season already and 99 tackle for losses. And they finally got their first sack going against that slow mesh defense.
45 seconds left in the half. 3rd and 12. Bachmeier all day to throw. Pressure coming down, and the ball is on the ground. Scooped up by Tate Carding. Cam Bergeron pummeled Bachmeier. 4th down.
Timeout, Duke. That's their first charge timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
A 9-yard loss, Orlando.
Yeah, this is a coverage sack. This is the back end of Duke doing what they're supposed to do, taking care of business. And that up front, when you're on a blitz, being relentless, keep it going. Cameron Bergeron started off in the A-gap, had a big loop, and was able to find Hank Bachmeier. But if your back end is not taking care of what they're supposed to do, you don't have that long to get to Bachmeier. So this is just complimentary football by this Duke defense and doing what they've done so much this year, playing off of each other and making plays.
That's 3.5 sacks for Bergeron this season. And Wake Forest forced to punt. Duke has 2 timeouts. Quayshawn Brown, Queso as they call him, to field it at his own 10 at the moment. Ivan Mora awaiting the snap.
Duke's coming after it. They are very aggressive. 50% of the times they try to get after the punter. They're coming.
Here they come. He gets it off, a line drive. Brown fields it at the 12. And he spins right into the tacklers. A 45-yard punt, 12-yard return. He spun into Nick Anderson and Branson Combs. Coming up later at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific, the ACC Huddle crew will be back with highlights and complete breakdowns of all the afternoon games. And then they'll get you ready for Virginia Tech against Virginia in Blacksburg. After the game, a full post-game show to wrap up the night. All of it right here on the ACC Network and the ESPN app. Taylor and the crew, as you see there. Eric McLean, Eddie Royal, E.J. Manuel, and Coach Mark Richt. So 19 seconds to go here from Maalik Murphy. They got 2 timeouts. Moore goes the other way. He finds some room, headed towards the sideline, and smartly gets out of bounds as he gets to the 36-yard line. A 13-yard gain.
Takes all 11 to run the football. Maalik Murphy getting a block to help spring Moore. And Moore being patient, finding that backside cutback.
Moore can scoot for sure. He's had big runs in his career. Gets Florida State a year ago. I remember one early in his career. I want to say his first season against Virginia. And I believe had a big one, if I recall correctly, against Clemson to seal it last year. Murphy to the air. Complete. A 5-yard gain to his tight end, Jake Taylor. Jamari Glasker brought him down. 3 seconds.
Try to put some drives together to score and maybe build a lead.
All right, Caleb Carson to kick it off. Duke deferred to the second half. It will sail through the end zone. They'll begin their drive on their next 25, or on their 25-yard line. Let's check in with Morgan.
Well, Coach Clausen really happy with his offense. He said that they've made really good decisions on 3rd down and most importantly, taking care of the football. He told his team in the locker room, look, this game is going to come down to the last 2 minutes. Duke has played in so many contested games in the 4th quarter. He told his team even at the beginning of this season, he predicted 8 to 10 games within 1 score, and they're already at 8, guys. So this team knows they've got to play the rest of this second half, and it's going to be a battle.
Thank you, Morgan. Yeah, Wake could easily be 7-4 instead of 4-7. Star Thomas gets taken down behind the line of scrimmage by Kendron Wayman to begin the half.
Wayman getting it done. Also, Jasheen Davis coming off the backside edge. No hesitation. They've been able to really explode and be efficient with their steps on this defense for Wake Forest, and that's why they've been able to get after it today.
2nd and 11. Murphy with time. Now the pressure comes and they take him down. Bryce Gaines hit Murphy right in the chest.
That is the 12th sack given up all year for this Duke offense. They don't give up a ton of sacks. Gaines on a big loop, only rushing 3 guys, getting it done. 3 versus their 5. The big fella gets home and gets a big hit on Murphy.
9-yard loss. Murphy's got to see that with a 3-man rush. He's got to move around the pocket a little bit.
Step up in the pocket, don't get out of it. You know, use those offensive linemen to your advantage.
Star Thomas lowers the shoulder, gets back near the original line of scrimmage. A 10-yard gain, but it'll be 4th down, and Duke will be forced to punt.
Not the way that you want to come out in the second half. At halftime, you make adjustments. You normally come out with 10 to 15 plays that you feel really good about, especially with what the defense has shown all day. Manny Diaz's offense just not getting it done. Dave Clausen's defense taking it to him.
Reynoldson with the punt. That one almost got blocked, it looked like. He had to weave it around a defender. And it will be dead at the 33-yard line. A 42-yard punt no return. So Wake Forest and Hank Bachmeier will take the field, Orlando. What have you liked about their offense specifically?
What Morgan touched on, taking care of the football. You know, this team for Wake Forest offensively has given up a lot of interceptions. They've thrown interceptions, at least one in each one of their last 8 games. So first half, they've taken care of that football, and Hank's been really good at getting through his progression, finding open guys.
Bachmeier back there with Damon Claiborne. Claiborne tests the left side and will lose yardage there. Wesley Williams plugged that thing up pretty quickly. Loss of 1 on the play for Claiborne.
This defense for Duke, they've been sensational all year. Coming into today, 99 tackle for losses, and that's because they get penetration and just get behind offensive linemen.
Manny Diaz told us Claiborne is the head of the snake. If he gets going, they get going. Bachmeier being chased from behind and taken down. A sack by Vincent Anthony Jr. His 6th sack of the season.
Really good job by this defense getting after it up front, being relentless with the pass rush. The back end taking care of their job, sticky in coverage, but this defensive line cutting it loose and getting after Bachmeier.
A 3-yard loss. That's 2 negative plays caused by Anthony. 3rd and 14 for Bachmeier. They go conservative, handing it off to Claiborne, but not conservative for long as Claiborne fights his way to the 40, but he'll be shy of the first down. An 11-yard gain, and Duke will hold. And Claiborne, you got to be careful with him because he can get away from you quickly.
Yeah, it constantly shows you how special he is. Takes a play that should be no gain and is able to find a crease and get a nice explosive. This young man is so special and continues to show you why he is one of the better running backs in college football.
Quayshawn Brown awaiting the punt at his own 15. Mora in the shadows, punts it away, end over end punt, and it bounces. Will take a Wake Forest bounce inside the 15, down to about the 12-yard line. 47-yard punt, no return. Wake Forest holding on to a see action in football too. We mentioned last night Georgia Tech, Georgia. You got Kentucky, Louisville today. Clemson in South Carolina. Jaquez Moore takes the handoff. He's going to lose yardage on this one. Moore's return has not been what he expected to this point. He has not been able to find too many holes. Jasheen Davis plugged that one up.
Duke getting back to their big personnel, having Mekhi Sahakian in. They found success early in this game, now jogging off the field, getting back to their regular personnel. But I think that's what Duke has to get back into. Their big personnel, not allow this Wake Forest defense to sub and try to establish dominance in the run game.
Jaquez Moore, 5 carries, 13 yards. That big lineup definitely got them going. And here's Murphy trying to get them going, but too far for Samir Hagans.
Not able to drop it in the bucket. Hagan's a burner playing that slot position. Duke has been so good this year, taking care of business. As you can see, Wake Forest in zone. Murphy trying to take a shot, unable to get that ball to come down in that open gap.
3rd and 12 for Duke. Wake brings 4. They dump it off to Moore. And Moore gets tagged, and the ball hits the ground. Wake Forest tries to scoop it up. Wake says they have it, and they do. A turnover. Wake Forest in the red zone after a costly Duke turnover. Dylan Hazen came up with it.
Big time fumble recovery. This Wake Forest defense has been aggressive all day. Starts with the pass rush. There's traffic down by Murphy's feet, but then just being relentless, getting after it. Branson Combs, Mr. Swiss Army knife, attacking the football, ripping it out. And then your other brother at the linebacker position, Dylan Hazen, coming up with the fumble recovery.
Yeah, Bryce Gaines was also there to help with the tackle. Branson Combs popped it out. So Bachmeier and company take over inside the 15. Claiborne met immediately by Ozzie Nicholas, the middle linebacker for Duke, a tone setter for them.
Yeah, Coach Jonathan Packey, his defensive coordinator, talked about Ozzie just being that leader, that vocal leader, coming downhill, wanting to always be on the field. So always, I'm not tired, Coach. I can keep on going. He's been great for this Duke defense, commanding this Duke defense this year. He's a tackling machine.
He's also got a knack for punching it out. They may need that here. Claiborne again, bounces it out. Able to find a crease after bouncing it, gets inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Nicholas brought him down after a 6-yard gain. Third down upcoming.
Claiborne's just so special with the timing of things. You know, you see that spin move, and as a defender's getting ready to tackle him, he's able to create separation, and then he picks up right back after and gets going.
3rd and 5, they got to get to the 4.
I'd go toward the top of the screen. A lot of off coverage if I was Hank Bachmeier.
Duke showing blitz. Here they come. Bachmeier over the middle, on time to Horatio Fields for the touchdown. A 9-yard pitch and catch, and Wake Forest extends their lead.
I thought he would have went to the top of the screen because of the off coverage that Taylor Morin was getting. But this is great by Hank Bachmeier understanding the blitz and finding Horatio Fields. He beats the blitz with the throw and is able to throw a very accurate ball in between 2 defenders. It's got to be feeling himself right now because everything's clicking for this Duke offense.
That's the second big play for Fields on Rivers, who is graded as the best corner in college football by Pro Football Focus. 3 plays, 14 yards, 1 minute and 15 seconds off the clock as Wake Forest capitalizes off the turnover. They now have 10 points off of 2 Duke turnovers. Wake Forest rolling so far on senior day. Points in this one. In the 3rd quarter alone, Duke has run 6 plays, 0 yards, and the fumble that Wake Forest capitalized on.
Yeah, it's going to take Maalik Murphy to play with touch in the second half. This Wake Forest defense is not allowing anything over the top. So you got to take the underneath routes and get it to your wide receivers as fast as possible and let them go get some yards after the catch.
So Wake Forest likes to play 3 down linemen and 8 back. So he's going to have to take the easy stuff in that scenario because they know he's elite at going over the top. So they're not going to give him that, and it's really how they play anyway.
Yeah, in that scenario, absolutely. You got to hold on to the ball in any drop 8 situation when you're only rushing 3 defensive linemen. Stay in the pocket, find the open guy, and hold on to the ball a little bit longer. But even when Wake Forest is in their 4 down stuff, it's the same exact concept. They're not allowing you to go over the top, so you got to be able to throw it some touch and accuracy underneath and allow your guys to go get some yards after the catch.
Thomas flares out of the backfield, the wide receiver screen to Brown, and he gets to the 31-yard line, a gain of 6 on that play. Queso Brown, Quayshawn, they call him Queso, the 5'8" redshirt freshman from Winston-Salem, so a hometown kid.
Yeah, good job by him because Wake Forest sniffed it out, but Brown was able to keep his legs going and picked up 6 yards on the ground.
He certainly has some wiggle to him for sure. Second and 4 for Murphy to the boundary. It's complete to Jordan Moore. Picks up the first down as he gets to the 38-yard line.
That's more plays like that where you get your guys to get out of their breaks at the top of the round and come back to the football.
It's Jamari Glasker, who has been in and out of the lineup this season. The redshirt sophomore from Temple Hills, Maryland.
Yeah, Coach Clausen has been very impressed with his development this season, even with him coming in and out the lineup, really becoming a solid ACC corner. They've had all type of injuries on the back end for this Wake Forest defense, but he has been one of the mainstays playing the most amount of snaps.
He's up and walking on his own power, so that's a good sign.
You know, you hope he's able to get back in this one. Wake Forest not having the year that they would want to, being 4-7 right now, so it's over after today. But you want guys to finish on a high note and be able to play as much snaps as possible, but also not get hurt. Don't want to spend the offseason rehabbing things.
Glasgow with a cast on his hand. So in the game now is Jackson Mull at corner. You see him at the top of your screen, number 12 for Wake Forest. In for Glasgow.
If I'm Maalik Murphy, I'm going right at him. A little bit chilly today. He's been on the sidelines.
Murphy looks the other way to Moore. He takes a big hit, but hauls it in at the 45-yard line. Devon Patterson was right there, and Moore is shaken up. 18-yard gain.
Timeout, injured Duke player.
He takes a big shot. Man, well, catch by Moore. And knowing that he was going to take a hit, but a big explosive play for this Duke team. Hopefully it gives this offense some momentum and gets them going.
Thomas in the backfield. Murphy looks his way. Thomas takes a big hit himself after a short gain. Branson Combs all over the field. The senior on senior day for Wake Forest.
This is a terrific job by Branson Combs, getting out to the flats and being able to square up and come downhill and make a nice stop.
2-yard gain. But Murphy did what you wanted him to do, which is take the easy one.
Yep, and right here he's going to have to do the exact same thing. Wake Forest getting ready to rush 3 defensive linemen.
Murphy changing the play at the line of scrimmage. And a draw play for Thomas. And Jasheen Davis, not fooled, brought him down.
When Wake Forest gets into their 3-down defensive linemen, they like to run games and twists on. You're going to see Jasheen. He goes on the big loop. He's able to disengage from Pickett and make a nice open field tackle.
So a loss of 1 on the play, 3rd down and 9. The Duke offense stagnated thus far today. Murphy throws a dangerous pass. Thomas incomplete. He tried to catch it off the shoestrings, but they'll say it hit the ground.
Maalik Murphy pumped the ball in the pocket. He didn't like the first option and then try to get it to Thomas. But throwing mechanics are so important. And talking to his coaching staff, Maalik Murphy breaking this Duke record last week with 25 touchdowns. He has to continue to focus on his footwork to take the next step for this offense. It's going to help him be a lot more accurate as well.
5th punt of the game for Duke. Soccer-style punt. Morin will field it. Fair caught inside his 10. Let's check in with Morgan.
Well, for Wake Forest quarterback Hank Bachmeier, he told me the focus coming into his last college football game was the red zone and 3rd down. And guys, we saw it on that last drive, getting the touchdown to go up now 17-3. And this is a quarterback who has been with 3 programs, 6 seasons. He told me college football has taken him on a literal journey across the country from Boise State to Louisiana Tech to 1 season now at Wake. And despite their record, he did say fun was the one word he used to describe this final year coming into a new program and even falling in love with the game again, guys.
Thank you, Morgan. The family certainly loves football. He's got a couple of brothers who are coming up through the middle school and high school ranks at the moment, and a brother at Stanford who we played against earlier this year. Tate Carney upended at the 11-yard line by Terry Moore, a 2-yard gain.
Terry Moore, so aggressive. From that free safety position, loves to play by the line of scrimmage. A good tackler, brings physicality. Has been really good for this Duke defense this year.
Carney, the redshirt sophomore from Davie, North Carolina, in the backfield with Bachmeier. Carney to the outside, lowers the shoulder, but couldn't get away from the second defender. Joshua Pickett got trucked there. And then Cameron Bergeron brought him down after a 6-yard gain. It'll be third and manageable.
Great job by Makai Mays Jr. coming in to seal that edge and allow Carney to bounce it to find some yards on the outside.
3rd and 2. Duke showing pressure. Carney trying to push forward. Looks to be short of the first down by about a yard or so. Kendi Charles made sure to fill the gap for Duke.
If I'm Wake Forest, I'm Dave Clawson here. I'd go for it.
Whoa, they're giving him the first down.
Okay.
Wow.
Thought it was very close.
So on the spot, they gave him the first down. Looked shy on first glance, but I guess the second effort. Carney again. Nearly broke a tackle there, picks up a couple of yards. Vincent Anthony Jr. tripped him up after a 3-yard gain.
They continue to try to bend it all the way back. It's nice to see that Duke has made some halftime adjustments, not allowing this Wake Forest offense to get as explosive plays as we saw in the first half with the inside zone.
But they're getting the body blows. Bachmeier takes a body blow there as he's taken down by Alex Howard. Another sack for this Duke defense.
Alex Howard bringing the physicality, blitzing from the inside linebacker position, goes against Carney, blows him up, is able to get to Bachmeier.
4th sack of the game for Duke and a 4-yard loss for Bachmeier.
This is where Duke likes to get really aggressive on these 3rd and longs.
3rd and 11. Bachmeier to Morin. Morin trying to cut across the field, and no gain on that play. Michael Reese chased down Taylor Morin, who has his 6th catch of the game. He's 5 shy of being the all-time receptions leader in Wake Forest history.
That's why you got to be relentless with your rush, and you cannot give up on plays. Michael Reese was rushing the outside edge. He was able to retrace his steps and make a nice play as Morin was trying to reverse the field. Great effort play by Reese.
Mora with the punt. This one a wobbler. Brown fields it. And Duke's going to get good field position here as they're going to start in Wake territory. Tackle there made by Branson Combs. And Wake is in business. A 38-yard punt, 10-yard return. Rivalry weekend rolls on. Our next matchup, North Carolina State, North Carolina. Wolfpack Tar Heels in Chapel Hill. And then at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, we'll have the 106th Commonwealth Cup between Virginia and Virginia Tech in Blacksburg, right here on the ACC network and the ESPN app. We're very sad to see Mack Brown no longer going to be the head coach at North Carolina. Mack, a true statesman of the game. And Dave Clawson told us some great stories about his time with Mack on the AFCA board of directors. A quick throw down the field, caught there down the field by Quayshawn Brown. Brown with a big explosive play, and Duke is in business.
I like the play design because you get Maalik Murphy going to the field, and now he's able to really throw it out there and give Quayshawn Brown some space to go catch the ball, but get some yards after the catch as well. Beautiful play design, allowing him to get to the edge and creating some 3-level options for Maalik Murphy.
30-yard gain on the play. Jordan Moore back in for Duke at the top of your screen. Star Thomas gets met inside the 10. Nick Anderson stood him up along with Devon Patterson.
If I'm Duke, I would try to do the exact same thing, but have Maalik Murphy come to the opposite side of the field to where we're going to see they have a bunch route at the bottom of your screen. Some man-to-man concepts with natural picks and rubs. See if we could create some natural separation. Get Murphy to put one in the end zone.
Murphy, a quick toss to Pancor. And he's inside the 5-yard line. Pancor wrapped up by Devon Patterson. A 7-yard gain.
They can get a first down here and get a new set of downs. Doesn't have to go to the end zone. Whole entire playbook is up right here for this Duke team.
They bring in a 6th offensive lineman. It's Micah Sahakian and Tony Boggs at fullback as well. So their jumbo set is out there on 3rd and short.
I think this is the right decision. Get downhill, run the football.
Thomas takes it. Thomas walks into the end zone. A touchdown for Duke. A 3-yard score. A pancake block by Matt Craycraft for Duke.
Gonna also see Brian Parker, the left tackle. He seals it down. And you see Micah Sahakian just expand that hole. That hole was so big, George, me and you could have jogged through that one and got in the end zone. Great job by the big fellas opening it up.
Maybe you. I don't know about me. I got to be honest with you.
Oh, it was big enough, I'm telling you.
You would have dragged me in there, is what you're saying?
I would have put you onto my back and got us in both in there.
Let's check in with Morgan. Maybe Morgan could have gone in there with us, too.
Well, guys, let me tell you, the Duke sideline finally has some energy now. And before Duke's offense took the field for that last drive, quarterback Maalik Murphy was juiced. He sprinted onto the sideline, letting his coat fly off. And what did Coach Diaz tell us this week? Our players have superpowers when it comes to game day. And he looked like a superhero as that coat was flying off. And this Duke team so successful in late game situations this year and finally have some energy on this sideline.
Well, thank you, Morgan. Manny Diaz told us that the Duke players have a superpower. You talk about a school, only a 5% acceptance rate. You can't just get in with talent alone. Besides football, you got to survive in that environment. And, you know, he's talked about how at other stops, he's had to be the first person to discipline guys. Here they crave it, and they'll call you out if you don't. They hold you accountable.
Anytime you become a new head coach, you don't know the situation that you're walking into. Being told that these guys have a superpower and it's showing up. These guys have taken care of business this year and have got it done.
Claiborne will receive here. Claiborne spun around, has some green grass, and he cuffs up the football. And Duke should have recovered there. It looks like they do. Wow, what a turn of events. Claiborne again fumbling. Claiborne had a fumble last week against Miami, had one against Cal here a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, you know, he's trying to make a play. For whatever reason, not finding a ton of success offensively. You see him breaking a couple tackles. But when you break those tackles, at that point, you got to hold that ball as tight to your chest as possible. At the end of the play, just a little loose.
Forced fumble by Leon Griffin of Duke, and they will take over in Wake territory. Their last drive, 42 yards, the longest drive of the day for Duke.
And they got the ball right around here, right around midfield on their last drive as well in Wake Forest's territory. So plus territory again, 2 back-to-back drives for this Duke offense.
Murphy, pressure coming, he steps up, rolling to his right, and wisely throws it out of bounds. B.J. Williams with the pressure on Murphy.
That's a really good decision by Maalik Murphy. You get flushed out the pocket, you're running one way, so you cut the field in half with your options that are down the field. Doesn't make sense to force anything on first down. Get rid of it and burn the play. Great job by the redshirt sophomore.
Empty backfield. Murphy thrives in these spread situations. Goes to his left side to Pancol. Za'Darius Kelly in coverage, a short gain. 3rd and 7 for Murphy and company. Trying to take advantage of the fumble on the kickoff return. Murphy with time, over the middle, complete. And his man, Jordan Moore, who's back in the game, picks up the first down, an 8-yard gain, took another hit, held on again.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Jordan Moore showing his toughness today, taking big hits after big hits. But Maalik Murphy, credit to him, you know, surveying the field and being patient, getting through his progression to find Moore at the end and delivering a strike to him.
4 catches for 59 yards for Moore. Now Jaquez Moore in the backfield. He'll hit the ground running and slammed down to the ground by Nick Anderson after a gain of 6 yards.
Just basic corner counter play for this offense. And Jaquez Moore finds the backside A-gap cutback. Was able to create a nice little explosive with his legs.
2nd and 4. Moore stumbles in the backfield, then gets around a defender, pushes forward, lowers his shoulder, and picks up the first down. A 6-yard gain again for Jaquez Moore.
You see the added dimension that he brings to this Duke offense. So twitchy. His lateral quickness is unlike no other. Great job. Nice run by him.
Excellent vision and physicality. He's a one-cut guy and go. Again, just getting back after missing a lot of time. Hurt early in the season. And there's Moore again, spinning out of trouble, staying on his feet, and taken down near the 5-yard line. Another explosive play. Evan Slocum saved the touchdown run there for Wake Forest.
This Duke offensive line takes Wake Forest and displaces them. Jaquez Moore is just running downhill. Just a great job playing off of each other.
Murphy lobs it too far for Jordan Moore. Flag on the field. Looks to be against Wake Forest.
We're going to get a holding on Wake Forest.
Gary Patterson, our lead official.
Before the pass, holding, defense, number 12. After distance to the goal, automatic first down.
That's Jackson Mull, who's in for Jamari Blasker due to injury.
This is on the back of Moore, and as Moore tries to disengage to create some separation, Jackson Mull gets a little handsy.
Micah Sahakian checks in, a 6th offensive lineman for Duke. They've had a lot of success with that formation today.
Yeah, they scored on the previous drive in this formation, just allowing the offense to get downhill.
Thomas. No, Murphy with the keep. Touchdown. Duke within 1.
George, you know what I love about this play? Is because a guy like Maalik Murphy, he does not use his legs a lot. He is a pure pocket passer, and this reminded me back in 2012 when I was playing with Peyton Manning, and he pulls it, and everybody is fooled. So this is a great job by him recognizing how aggressive Wake Forest is defensively and saying, hey, I could get around the corner because of how these guys at the end of the line of scrimmage are playing.
The local fans have certainly been clamoring for him to run more, but to your point, he's not a runner. Extra point is up and good, and we have a tied ball game. We talked to Manny Diaz about it, and, you know, when you look at his career in high...
Such great field position.
So DeMond Claiborne back to receive again, fumbled the last one. And this one over his head. Wake Forest will begin their drive at their own 25-yard.
Wake's just got to settle down offensively. Hank Bachmeier has made some really good reads today. Don't gotta get in panic mode. It's just a tie ball game. Let's see who scores the most points in the next 12 minutes and 57 seconds. But it's got to be clean football, and Wake Forest has to take care of the football offensively.
And they got to keep Bachmeier clean. He's been sacked a number of times today. Coming into the game, 36 sacks. Bachmeier takes a hit as he throws. Claiborne bobbles it, able to haul it in for a modest gain. Trey Freeman brought down Claiborne after the 4-yard gain.
Yeah, typically with DeMond Claiborne fumbles, he makes it up back for this Wake Forest team. So I would try to get him the ball as much as I could because of how dynamic and explosive he is. He could change the game at any given play.
Ryan Smith with the pressure on Bachmeier there. Bachmeier out of the pocket, over the head of his intended target, Deuce Alexander, the redshirt freshman from Douglasville, Georgia.
When you're throwing to the outside edges, the ball has to be accurate. That one a little bit high. I know Hank Bachmeier wants that one back.
3rd and 6 for Wake Forest. Bachmeier drops back with time. Now steps up. He's going to tuck it and run. And he's going to pick up the first step, but the ball is on the ground.
I believe he was down, though. I believe the ball pops out. It looked like the ball popped out when he got hit and fell on the
Ruling
ground.
on the field
So Duke
was a fumble recovery by the defense.
Duke comes up with it. Michael Reese was able to corral it. We'll see what the review says. Yeah, he's down.
He is down.
The ruling on the field was recovery by the defense. Previous play is under further review. We're not going to expedite it.
And Bachmeier slow to get up.
Yeah, a little slow to get up. You know, hits the ground pretty hard. It's nice to see he's back up on his feet and talking it over.
So as they look at that, you know, Bachmeier's had to do a lot with his legs today. You know, coming into the game, he only had 133 yards on the ground. And today, Bachmeier has about 28 yards, but that also accounts for the sacks, too, that he's taken. So he's got well more than that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You know, when you look at his season total with his legs, you know, the sacks also help negate some of that. But he has been really good with his pocket awareness and feeling the pressure that's been around him today, scrambling and getting some big conversions, moving the chains for this Wake Forest offense.
They've sacked him 4 times. And
after further review, the ruling on the field was ball carrier is down prior to losing possession. The 1st and 10 Wake Forest at the 38-yard line on the right hash. The clock will start on my signal.
So there you have it. Wake Forest gets the first down. They are now 8 of 16 on 3rd downs after that first down.
If I'm Dave Clawson, I'm going up and down the sidelines and telling my football team, hold on to the football, hold on to the football. You've already had a couple turnovers and Duke has capitalized. Ball security is job security. Guys got to pay extra attention to it.
I like that. Ball security is job security. 9-yard gain for Bachmeier. You're like a poet and didn't know it. Claiborne tries to burrow his way forward. Picks up 2.
Well, that's the benefit of playing with Peyton Manning for a couple years in the NFL, right? When guys catching footballs from him, got to be able to take care of the football and complete every play by going to the ground or finishing with the football in your hand. So I heard it many, many times from Peyton Manning.
2nd and 8. And looks like Wake Forest might have false started there.
Yep.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
2nd false start of the game for Wake Forest.
Yeah, they've been close all day, trying to really time up Bachmeier's snap count. That one just got out of there a little bit too early.
Second and 13. Bachmeier to the perimeter, complete to Horatio Fields. So he gets a chunk of it back. 3rd and 9 upcoming.
I would consider some kind of screen game because of how aggressive Duke has been all year, blitzing on 3rd and long situations.
Pickett and Moore one-on-one at the bottom of your screen. That's where Bachmeier goes. He connects with Moore for a first down. Taylor Moore, his 7th catch of the game to the 50-yard line. An 11-yard gain. He's 4 away from the all-time receptions leader.
Mr. Reliable. Morin gets to the top of his route, explodes out of his cuts, creates the separation needed to move the chains on an important 3rd down.
Claiborne burrows his way forward. 3-yard gain. Ryan Smith and Kendi Charles wrapped him up.
I like that Wake Forest continues to get to the line of scrimmage, but they're not in true hurry-up mode. So they're getting to the line of scrimmage, seeing what Duke is doing defensively, and then getting themselves in the best play possible and snapping the ball.
Tate Carney in the backfield with Bachmeier. 2nd and 7. Bachmeier with time. Now the pocket is collapsing. Bachmeier runs forward, gains 1. 3rd and 6 coming up.
This Duke defensive back room has been really good in coverage. A good back end complements a good defensive line. Let's see if Duke could rally to get a sack here and get after Bachmeier.
Wake Forest pressure coming. Bachmeier throws on the run. It is caught by Alexander for a first down.
This is an exceptional job of Duke's Alexander staying alive. Being able to keep his route, looking back at Bachmeier and connecting for a nice first down.
4 downs Wake Forest here on this drive. Pressure coming. Carney trying to drag a tackler. It was Ozzie Nicholas. Short gain there.
That's a tough guy to drag. Tackling machine. Ozzie. Duke deep.
And we 3rd and 8. A screen there, and Duke read it all the way to Taylor Moore and Chandler Rivers right there. And a 2-yard loss. It'll be 4th down coming up for Wake Forest, and decision time for Dave Clawson.
Yeah, Chandler Rivers has been so great this year with contested balls, but on that last play, triggers immediately. Does a nice job sniffing it out and recognizing what Wake Forest is trying to do offensively.
They're going for it on 4th and 10. Taylor Moore with 8 catches at the top of your screen, 3 away from being the all-time receptions leader. 13th play of the drive, and Wake Forest moves Devontae Gordon.
He's already had a couple today already.
Number 62 offense, 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
That is the 3rd time they've false started today.
Devontae Gordon, and I'm not sure that Wake Forest wasn't just lining up to see what Duke was going to do to maybe drop them offsides.
Is declined, 4th down.
So they'll punt it. Obviously, as the punt team is out there, Ivan Mora and company. So you're thinking they were just kind of...
Yeah, we used to have this play called no-go. So no matter what, offensively, we weren't going to snap the ball. We were going to try to get the defense to jump.
And a promising drive will stall for Wake Forest, and they punt this one into the end zone. So Duke will begin their next drive at their own 20-yard line. We have a tied ball game with 6:34 to go here in the 4th. We got a good one here. 42-yard drive, 45-yard drive. They will need to go 80 here for a touchdown. And they hand it off out to the 25-yard line to start Thomas. Devon Patterson brought him down. Nice chunk of change to start the drive.
Earlier this week when we talked to offensive coordinator Jonathan Brewer, he talked about the last couple of weeks not being as efficient as they would like to be running the football. An efficient run at the college level is 3 yards or more. Thomas getting 6, a nice efficient run. And I know they would like to finish this one off, being able to run as much as possible.
He's got 46 yards on the ground. A quick toss to Samir Hagans on the outside. So Darius Kelly chopped him down. Short gain. 3rd and 2 upcoming.
Really good job by Kelly beating the block and making a nice tackle.
Duke is 3 of 10 on 3rd downs today. On the struggle bus there. Thomas, huge hole, and he picks up the 1st down as he spun down to the 35-yard line, a 7-yard gain.
That's just a nice play design. You know, you get a lighter box and you say, hey, Star, go get the 1st down with your legs. Great job by Jack Taylor. Nice block by him. And Thomas getting to that backside gap, moving the chains.
Jaquez Moore now checks in the pistol formation. Now shifts out into the slot. You got a diamond formation at the top of your screen. They throw it over there to Samir Hagans on the tunnel screen. He gets to the 40, a 5-yard gain for Hagans.
No, that's a throw, but in this offense, that's almost like a run because you have 3 guys out there as lead blockers. You allow Maalik Murphy to get the ball out of his hands quick, and now you can see if your guy could weave through some traffic to pick up some yardage with his legs.
Vance Bolliard checks in as the extra tight end for Duke. 2nd and 5. Moore taken down in the backfield. Dylan Hazen making another play for Wake Forest. Danced a little too long in the backfield.
Yeah, Dylan Hazen makes the play, but great job by this defensive line by Wake Forest holding their gaps and forcing Moore to dance around in the backfield. Big time 3rd down right here coming up.
3rd and 7 upcoming. Duke is 4 of 11 on 3rd downs today. Start Thomas. Checks back in the backfield. Murphy, a quick toss, incomplete. Intended for Jordan Moore. Devon Patterson was there, but the pass was a bit behind Moore.
This is a terrific job by Devon Patterson playing through Moore's hands. He's not able to get his eyes back around on Murphy, but he sees Moore go up and he puts his hands up at the same time. It's a terrific play by Patterson, getting his hands up and not committing a foul. I've seen so many DBs commit a foul in that situation. An exceptional job by Patterson not.
Reynoldson to punt it. End over end. Warren will fair catch it at about the 16-yard line. A 46-yard punt, no return. 3:20 left in the regular season. Can Wake Forest pull off the victory on Senior Day? Tannenbaum, E.J. Manuel, Eric McLean, Coach Richt, and Eddie Royal. They do a great job each and every week for you here on the ACC Network. Tate Carney in the backfield. 1st and 10 for Wake Forest. 3:20 to go in this one. Bachmeier under pressure, overthrows his target, Michael Frog, his tight end.
Bachmeier just rushing it a little bit. This was the perfect play call versus what Duke was playing. You get 2 blitzers coming off, and Bachmeier trying to throw right into it. Just needs to slow it down a little bit. This could be a photo finish for this Wake Forest team if they could string a drive together and get a couple 1st downs to get in field goal position.
Tate Carney in the backfield again. No Damon Claiborne. His last 2 drives. Bachmeier with time finds his target over the middle, Cameron Height, who picks up the 1st down as he gets down to the 33-yard line, a 16-yard gain.
Tight ends don't see a lot of balls in this offense. Cameron Height does an exceptional job of finding the soft spot of this zone for Duke and sits down, waiting for Bachmeier to get through his progression to find him, and a nice 1st down.
Although you and I were here last year, when Santino Marucci was the third-string quarterback and threw a game winner to Cameron Height against Pitt last season.
Yeah. Blew the roof off the stadium.
It did. Bachmeier plants his feet, now under pressure again, dumps it down to Height. Is a lateral potentially. The ball is on the ground. Duke picks it up, and they'll blow it dead. Wesley Williams got his hands on the ball.
I think he might have been out of bounds when he touched it.
Ruling on the field is a backward pass recovered by the defense.
And he was, his left foot.
Looks like he touches his left foot out of bounds.
Previous play is under further review.
So they will check to see if he stepped out and if indeed it was a backwards pass.
Yeah, and if he goes out of bounds, if he steps out, that would be a legal touching, I believe so, because not
he has
getting
to
back in and reestablishing himself.
Right.
But the first thing we got to get through is
it a
was there a
backwards
pass
right.
or not,
yeah.
right?
So we start with that and then work our way, because to your point, if he was grabbing the ball when his foot was already out of bounds, then he has to reestablish.
Yeah, let's take a look and see if this is a backward pass first.
So he throws it from about the 20. Ooh, I don't know. That's close. I don't know if that's a backward pass.
Yeah, I don't believe that is a backwards pass.
And he is grabbing it as his left foot. If we can freeze that, if possible, that would be great. And we could see if his foot was still touching the white when he grabbed it. But I don't know about the backwards pass part, to your point.
Yeah, I believe that was it looks like a forward pass as far as where Hank Bachmeier's feet were when he got ready to throw to Cameron Height.
Yeah, it looks to be at worst on line.
It's not your deep forward pass, right? It's not your double play action, but it looks forward. So Wake Forest looks like they're going to retain possession.
It looks to be the case. Yeah, Duke's defense is trotting out there. So Wake Forest avoids disaster.
Wake Forest has to figure out, they got to get to their plays where you get your wide receivers and tight ends coming back to Bachmeier. This defense right now for Duke is playing very aggressive, and Wake trying to push the ball down the field. You don't got to force it down the field in this situation. You could still take the underneath routes and allow Bachmeier to get the ball out of his hands a little bit faster, because this defensive line for Duke is humming right now. Seems like every play they're collapsing the pocket and putting Bachmeier in duress.
So if indeed it is an incomplete pass, it would be 2nd and 10 at the 33. And they're still looking. Gary Patterson is still under the hood. So this is, while Duke's defense and Wake Forest's offense is out on the field.
Our head official.
Yeah, they're looking to see everything. Yeah, and it looks like he stepped for sure when he grabbed it. But I guess they're checking to see the time on the clock too, perhaps.
Yeah, want to get everything right?
Yeah.
This is a big-time in-state rivalry. Last game of the season. Both teams have fought hard and tough, have had some adversity in this game.
And again, the ruling was a fumble, and you have to see conclusive evidence to overturn it, which we think we've seen. And again, they'll have to get the timing and everything right. Here's Gary Patterson.
After further review, it was determined that it was a backward pass. However, the Duke player, when he touched the ball, was out of bounds. The ball was at the 16-yard line. It'll be 2nd down at the right hash for Wake Forest at the 16-yard line.
Wow. Okay.
So it's a dead ball when Wesley Williams touches the ball. So it is a backwards pass, but because Wesley Williams was not able to establish himself back in bounds and touch that football while it was called a fumble, now Duke retains possession back there.
There's the out-of-bounds look. There it is. Yep.
So that's why he was under the hood for so long.
Right. There it is. We were wondering if it's about the time, but it's going to be 2nd and 27 now. So Wake Forest avoids ultimate disaster, but now put in a very precarious situation as the clock is ticking towards the 2-minute timeout. And they're going to wait.
2-minute timeout.
So 2-minute timeout, tied ball game. 2 minutes to go to see who pulls off the win here in the season finale. They've been in a lot of one-score games. Both these teams have. Duke is 5-1 in those situations.
Got to try to find a way to get back half of these yards right now, facing 2nd and 27 for Wake Forest if you're going to try to end this one in regulation.
Bachmeier launches it complete to Horatio Fields, and he gets back to the original line of scrimmage and then some. So he'll pick up 16, check that, 18 yards on the play. Time is ticking. Wake Forest has all 3 timeouts.
Yeah, that's a big-time play by Horatio Fields. Offensive line stepped up and gave Bachmeier the time he needed to push that one down the field.
3rd and 9. Bachmeier in trouble. He goes down. Wesley Williams and Kendi Charles, the 5th sack of the game for Duke.
They've been
Timeout,
so
Duke.
good all year.
That's their first charge timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
They've been so good all year at their 3rd down packages with their blitzes and getting after it. Kennedy Charles gets there first, but Wesley Williams, you see him with the big-time finish at the end. I like this for Duke right now. Momentum changing, big-time sack on 3rd down. And as you see, Manny Diaz, right? Timeout immediately, because now you become the aggressor and see if you can put something together to end this one in regulation if you're Duke now.
Ivan Mora will punt it for Wake Forest. There's Manny Diaz talking to his team.
I think there's 2 things that you got to watch out for right now because of how aggressive Duke is at trying to block punts. And if you're Wake Forest and you see them trying to block that punt, maybe you might have a fake in to try to see if you could get an opportunity to move the chains.
7th punt of the game. Quayshawn Brown set to receive it at his own 34. Mora, a spiraling punt. Brown receives and fair catches at the 34. 38-yard punt, no return. And Duke
During
and
the
company,
kick, holding
there's a flag.
number 6 on the receiving team. That 10-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the kick.
That's Leon Griffin with the infraction. So penalty moving Duke backwards with 1:22 to go and 2 timeouts. Todd Polino has a season long this year of 53 yards, their kicker.
So he's got a big enough leg. For Duke offensively, Maalik Murphy just got to focus on getting a positive play on this 1st down. Try to run this 2-minute and get in the end zone.
1st and 10 from their own 24. Murphy pulls it, gets it to Jake Taylor, the tight end. He gets chopped down around the 30-yard line by Evan Slocum. He gets to the 32, a gain of 8 on that play. And looks like we have a stoppage here.
Timeout injured Wake Forest player.
Evan Slocum, who made the tackle, who is, so you heard Gary Patterson say Duke has declined the 10-second runoff. Evan Slocum down near the 30-yard line where he made the tackle. And he gets up and walks off. Let's go back to last year where Duke won a close one at home at Wallace Wade against the Deacs. You see there the go-ahead touchdown, and then Jordan Moore tied it up, and the field goal was up and good. A run here by Star Thomas gets the 1st down. 6-yard gain.
This Duke offense declined the 10-second run out because they knew they were going to be able to get up to the line of scrimmage and snap the ball as soon as the referee rolled it, picked up the first down.
Murphy with plenty of time, lofts one to Thomas. Thomas to the 45-yard line. That's where they will stop his forward progress. A 7-yard gain. Branson Combs wrapped him up there.
You got to relax if you're Wake Forest. Don't want to give up anything cheap, a little bit extra at the end as the referees were blowing the whistle.
Clock is ticking, 35 seconds, 2nd and 3. Over the middle again to Thomas, and he is spun around by Dylan Hazen, and they'll call a timeout on 3rd and 1. Duke has 1 timeout left.
Timeout of the half, 30-second timeout.
So they are currently at the 47-yard line. They need to get to about the 36 or so of Wake Forest to give Polino a chance to kick a 53-yarder.
Yeah, if I'm Duke, I know it's 1 yard, but you cannot focus on just moving the chains. You got to try to find a way to get a nice chunk right here, only having 1 timeout left. I would try to have some crossing routes over the middle of the field and allow Maalik Murphy to pick which matchup he likes best.
Remember, under 2 minutes, we go back to the traditional college football rules that we all know, where the clock will stop to reset the chains on a first down. So they will have a brief moment if they do pick up the first down.
Now, it's still quite a ways they got to go. So I'm trying to find a one-on-one matchup and expose the middle of this defense.
They give it to Thomas. Big hole up the middle. And he gets hit pretty hard right at the 45-yard line by Rashawn Tung. So they pick up the first down. Clock will stop at 18 seconds after the 8-yard gain to reset. Murphy, now the clock is ticking. He's going to drop back. Fires to the perimeter to Taylor, who heads out of bounds inside the 40 to the 39. 8 seconds left. 2nd and 4 upcoming on the 6-yard gain. Polino, by the way, 4 of 4 from 50-plus yards. Again, as long of 53.
Yeah, very interesting why Duke did not huddle up right here. For the fact they were able to get out of bounds to really get a play in and allow everybody to get a breather. But nope, right to the line of scrimmage for this offense.
57 yards from here would be the field goal attempt. They've got time for about 1 play. Murphy with time. Time is ticking, though. Launches it down the field for more.